Alright, I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to watch this fight to see everything in it. But holy fucking team fight. Holy fucking team fight. Holy fucking team fight. So it starts off with Owner already in the bot side saying in comms, I'm gonna flank from bottom. Right? He's gonna kick them. But Canyon already sniffs. Maybe we lose his fight if we get flanked. So the initial part of the fight is kind of here. Canyon finds Owner. That's pretty important. Pace's trap line's already down. Sion's gonna ult in, which is actually a pretty good engage, because then Canyon can just come around and they can just finish the Elder while they're hitting Sion. And they have Jhin fourth shot. So this wall actually blocks the engage really well. Great wall. This stops the Sion from disrupting the backline of T1. Really important. Owner gets the vision plant across. And now it kind of becomes this weird situation where Canyon needs to get in. Doran wants to go forwards to stop them from being able to like fourth shot and flip it. So he pops the Ornal to go forwards, and Canyon's going to come over the wall at the same time. Doran, what's going to happen right now is Doran is going to send it to try and save his team, and Canyon's going to send it. So you'll see two things. First thing is, Doran's buffering his E already. He's going in. He's going to stop Chovy from getting to his backline. He's going to knock him up, and he will sacrifice himself to the guards. So just watch Doran for now. He will just stand there and tank everything. He will block all the Jhin shots, all the anti-engage, and just die. He's just basically turned himself into a wall. But the other part of the fight that's important is for Canyon to join this fight. Just remember, he has no flash. He has to W over the wall to get over the wall, right? So Wukong W is used now, and then he can ER the Caitlyn, right? So Canyon's in the backline. Everything's great, but Chovy can't follow because Doran's there. He's using himself as a wall. But the important thing is now, Owner kicks him out the pit. That kick actually that's a really long kick. That's crazy that the Lee Sin kick took him that far. I'm pretty sure Canyon's pretty surprised that he went from here to going over the wall from this angle. That's insane. Anyway, Owner does press the Q again actually, but he gets interrupted, which is actually pretty good for him, because then he can turn around and click on the dragon. And maybe he had W up anyway. So it's obviously not a 50-50 now. It's close, though, if you think about it. In these late-game 50-minute fights, I know Smite is, like, should be guaranteed if he's the only one in the pit. But if you watch the Dragon health bar, if I do it frame by frame, 3.4, Jhin shot, 2.8, and then he doesn't Smite, 2.1, you don't Smite yet, right? But all of a sudden, you can see Ruler and Chovy are all smashing their spells to try and hit it. And it's 600, right? And now he smites it. It's actually kind of sometimes a bit hard to smite in late game, because everyone does so much fucking damage that if you just crit it once, you're just going to get it. So it was a pretty fucking good smite. I'll give him that, even though it's not even 50-50. Anyway, they turn onto Keen, kill Keen. This is great. But I think Canyon realizes he needs to do something in this fight to try and get it so Chovy can walk up, because Chovy can't walk up. Goes in, does a bit of damage to Keria. It's Faker who's like, if you watch this whole sequence, Faker is just throwing spells in this direction to try and stop them from getting onto Keen. He's throwing his Q out, Ruler's walking up, he's throwing his E out, he's got his ult here, Chovy can't walk up, and then it's here where Faker does like the flash wall. He backsteps once, and then he just flashes, walls them, gets two. And now Genji kind of have to fight for their lives. Chovy can't go anywhere, so he just full sends it onto Faker and procs his egg. He will die to the Elder. Now it's a 3v4. Canyon kind of has to go in to sacrifice himself to finish Faker off. Tries to get Keria, but I think here is where the Mikhails comes out onto Pace. He's actually really low. Mikhails comes out. I think he pops his Scimitar as well to run away. And now here they can just run mid and end. I mean, I want to watch Pace this whole fight. He's done 15k damage this fight, Pace. I mean, positioning is so important. You can see by the way Pace is thinking that he doesn't even... Like, you might think he's trolling by Eing like this because he's missing Canyon. But his whole goal is to make distance, right? So the best distance he can make is this way. So he actually just E's this way. Because he knows he just needs to get as far away from the Annie as possible and just stand there and hit. Wukong's never going to solo kill this Caitlyn. He could just stand there and hit him. So everyone's positioning is so, like, parallel to each other. I will say Doran is just the MVP of this fight, in a way. The fact that he just fucking... I know it's very easy what he did, but he just fucking sent his whole life into this fight. But I do think that the Anivia value late game is so high. Like, if you think about it, I personally think, right now, GENG can still win. They can win. If they just click in now and just chase them, they can win. Caitlyn's in the pit, just attack. No flash on Caitlyn, right? But it's just this, like, it's things like this that make it so now Caitlyn could just run away. And Sion can't get help. They want to fight against Elder. It's 5v4. It's great. But the value these walls give just makes it so it's so... Like, Chovy's Annie, actually, the hitbox of Annie crawls around this fucking wall somehow. I don't know how. But he sneaks around that fucking thing to try and help. But his teammates can't join. So Pace easily gets a reposition. And then it just comes about, like... It's always like fights like these. You are killing the Sion, but you want to stop them from entering. So sometimes you'll see Pace like click here and hit and then click back. Or you'll see Keria throw a binding. Or you'll see Faker throw a Q. Always to stop them from like being able to walk up, you know. It's such an... It's... If you watch the fight from Chovy's POV, it's such an annoying fight. Like, the last thing I'll do is we can just play the fight from Chovy POV. Because Chovy has no flash and he wants to fucking go in. But every time he tries to go anywhere, Ornn ult in the face, Ornn knock up, tries to click forwards, but he's getting slowed. Okay, I guess I'll just hit the Ornn. Hits the Ornn. Okay, Dragon flip. Okay, Dragon's dead. Can I join Keen? Can I help Keen? I'll sneak around here. Oh, Keen's dead. I can't really help him. They have Elder. Who do I go on now? Maybe I'll try and stun Lee Sin. Oh, I'm fucking stunned now. I have the dodge lock Q. Okay, I'm Mercurial. Okay, now I'm fucking walled. Like, it's just... It's such an annoying fight for Annie. She's such a short-range champ, and there's so many skills flying in her face. But I think my favorite fight wasn't this fight. My favorite fight was the fight just before it. My favorite fight was this fight. This was crazy that it ends up in a 3v3. Like, what on earth is this fucking mess? This fight was the messiest by far. Faker walks up and walls Keen. Chovy's on the right here, looking for a flank. Keria Q just clips Canyon on the left. Chovy goes over the wall a bit too early. I think he thinks that Canyon's going to follow up, but Keria actually just lands a max range binding on him. So I think Chovy's blast coding in, thinking Canyon's about to WE flash in. Or like dash in without flash. But he actually gets stopped. So now Chovy looks like he's in a bit of a silly position. So he tanks half his health bar, and I thought here the fight was lost. But it's Pace here in the first part that chases Chovy. Chovy flash turns on him. He gets Mikhails'd. Walks out of Sion Q. He's going to get a big Karma shield and heal now. But Pace full commit sends it onto Chovy and kills him. He auto-attacks Duro, takes all his health bar, and then he stands there, the audacity of this Caitlyn, to stand there and channel an ult on Duro right next to the front line of GENG. Shoots it. He just gets the shield off Duro. I don't know if you see it. But he just gets his shield off. Last second before the Caitlyn ult hits. Pwah, saves him. And now he's on top of this mess. Because he channeled his ult, Sion's channeling Q in Paze's face. So Paze is just in the bouncy castle into GA. I think if Paze doesn't channel ult here and just hits the Karma, forces him out, and now just starts hitting the Sion, the fight's over. But not only does he ult, but he ease backwards as well. But now he gets Wukong ulted, Sion Q'd, Jin's ulting, and now it's the same fight for Doran. If you watch Doran, he goes into fucking tank mode again. You'll see what Doran does. It's actually kind of funny. Watch Doran. He tries to E here. I'll do it frame by frame so you can see it. He like sees Sion Q, so he thinks, oh, maybe I can interrupt it. So you'll see the Ornn here now. He's in a dash forward. You see that? Ready? 3. He's dashing. Yeah, I'm going to stop them. I'm going to interrupt them and do big damage. And then he sees the Jin ult opening up as he E's. And he panics. He's like, fuck! I need to block! So you'll see him instantly flash back right now as soon as the Ornn E channel finishes. He goes from being in the back line to then flashing now to become the front line again. To reposition to block the Jin shot. So he like just flashes in to block the first shot. You see that? And then he stands there. And he like tries his best to just become a shield. It's kind of funny how if you watch the fight in real time, it's quite funny how Doran's brain like sees things and just, you know, obviously needs to change his positioning. Here he's just thinking about max damage, but here he panics and just insta blocks. He does his job well, you know. His job is just to stand there. And once Pace dies, I just think T1 don't have damage. Faker's mana is what, 15%? He's not gonna kill the Scion. Crazy. Some of the plays from these fights.
They could see how strong is Pace, and they had to like put on the Pace.
I just think the comp that T1 had, it's so hard for GENG to teamfight. Like, Scion is just a walking punching bag, and Annie can never find her way into the fights. I mean, his kick at the end was clutch. It was a really nice kick. He Qs the minion. He positions himself here. He Qs, it hits the minion, not the Jhin. Then he Qs it, ward jump, flash kick. I mean, it's just clean as fuck. Ruler tries to Mercurial. In the olden league, what you could do there while the Jhin gets kicked is he could Mercurial the kick. Right now, he can Mercurial the kick, and it would cancel the knockback. And then you could just kill Owner. He would probably still die, though.
A great breakdown and awesome stuff that T1
but they removed that mechanic. Is 90k damage the highest in the LCK this season? Probably. I would say so. You have to flash. Oh yeah, you have the QSS flash. You're right, actually. Yeah, you're right.
Sit back, relax, watch some League of Legends.